And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition here of the Kung Fu Cup, the KFC, the Kung Fu Cup at number 7. I'm of course just ZvT with man joined by these amazing players and by the people in the chat as well. Welcome one and all to something a little bit different when it comes to our broadcast schedule. Typically, we do cover Kung Fu Cup in the evenings at a more European time. We actually host it like maybe 1 or 2 hours before the live event itself. That's typically when we do cover KFC, but if you know anything about our schedule, it's jam-packed. Like our schedule is very jam-packed here. Let's quickly switch things over and catch up with said broadcast schedule, actually, as we have it entirely full. As you can see here on my left, we have GSL upon GSL broadcast, we have RSL, we have Kung Fu Cup, the Poncast, Pegasus Cup, COVID Giants Cup, Sparkling Tuna Cup. We just have a fully booked up schedule this week, so there was no room. Usually, again, we do cover Kung Fu Cups in the evenings, but with GSL, with RSL, with the Tunic Cups, and with the Poncast, which we wanted to squeeze in at some point, there was just no room. There was no room, so we're going to be having an impromptu morning broadcast for Kung Fu Cup instead, just to make sure we don't fall behind, just so we can keep on schedule, keep on track, still have our weekly KFC broadcast, but this time in the morning this week. So again, it's going to be an intense week. Now, I will say that this weekly schedule is a little bit out of date just because we did not cast the WarTV Monday last night. If you recall, I did cite that due to the GSL broadcast on Sunday, I was incredibly fatigued, and the idea of going into a WarTV Monday broadcast right afterwards the next day, no shit, I couldn't. I was very fatigued. I mean, the fatigue is still there for sure, 100%. But I wasn't feeling too confident about having a solid broadcast of WarTV Monday after the GSL broadcast. It was such a long cast as well. It was a very big event. So we did decide to take an evening off. So we did not cover the WarTV Monday. We have to catch up with that. We have to catch up with that next week. That's the other thing as well, is like if we ever don't cover like a KFC or WarTV Monday or a Pegasus Cup as well, they're weekly tournaments, and then we start to fall behind if we don't cover them live. So we'll catch up with it. We'll catch up with that next time. For now, though, we're going to be jumping into the KFC, jumping into the Kung Fu Cup. And up first, we do have our quarterfinals match. Going to be jumping into a ZvT between Rogue and ByuN. Let's go. Let us go. Jump into our first game. We're going to be loading into 10,000 feet. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of 10,000 feet, we have the blue Zerg player. We have the South Green Zerg. It is Rogue. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player. We have the South Green Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. Let's go. Here we go. As we are going to be jumping in, and we do have our initial matchup. We have, oh, hello, the initial low ground 2x Reaper. Okay, so welcome one and all to 10,000 feet. Welcome to our initial matchup here. As again, Rogue versus ByuN is going to be an interesting pairing. Rogue, of course, as of late, has been having an interesting style of ZvT, going a lot more roach heavy, a little more aggressive as well, is what we expect out of Rogue. I would say it's a bold move to open up with 2x Reaper here, especially on 10,000 feet. What I mean by that, we've been seeing time and time again. I mean, I think a good example of that is the GSL coverage that we had over the weekend, is that Maru, he often was not actually going for this style. He was actually throwing down his Raxes further back in his main base. What was the rationale for that? Well, it is very common to have a Roach all-in as a response to this build. The reasoning for this: one, short rush distance by ground as we are on 10,000 feet, but more importantly here, we're going to be delaying the factory. We're delaying the starport because we're going 2x Reaper into a CC, so later further tech. On top of that, typically the production is going to be here on the low ground because we're going to have the reactor, the tech lab, add-on swaps, all the production will be down here, which means if we can break the natural, you can break the production. Whereas usually the production is safe in the main. Specifically with this build, your production is not safe. So this is a risky build to go for, I feel, against Rogue, who is willing to all in and willing to be hyper aggressive as Rogue pulls out a gas. But now he knows. Now he's aware of what's going on, but Rogue, he doesn't prioritize gas income here. That's a little bit odd. Usually if you're a Zerg player and if you scout 2x Reaper, you pull into gas as quickly as possible so you can get into link speed as quickly as possible. But Rogue, he's very there's no urgency here. There's no urgency for Rogue to rush into those gases and to get into link speed, which is interesting to me, as typically link speed is the moment where you can break out. Reaper does back in, heads into the mineral line, will threaten the drones. So far, no major damage, not yet. As we get one, oh yeah, one drone goes down. So far, nice start here for ByuN. The Lings, they do attempt to intercept, and can we catch him? Oh, we can! What a mouse! Ooh, one Reaper goes down, massive pickoff without link speed as well. ByuN here overextends, he does slip up, and we'll lose one Reaper already. Meanwhile, Rogue, he has 100 gas. He has 100 gas here, and where's link speed? Now we see why he didn't prioritize it. That's why I brought it up. Not prioritizing gas income here and not prioritizing link speed. We mentioned earlier that road troll-ins can be very terrifying given the situation, given the setup. I will say that you have third CC before starport. Factory is going to be on the high ground. Overlord does confirm the third CC, and what are we going to go for? Where are we spending our gas? Ooh, 316 lair timing. Okay, so no fast roach horn, but a fast lair. Now with this, we can go for a roach horn follow-up into fast roach speed, or we can even go into 2-base muta, which is risky. Now, the reason why 2-base muta is going to be risky here is because ByuN is turning this into a 2-1-1, right? We have bioproduction, we have 2x marine, we have the tech lab, we're going to have stim on the way as well. There we go, stim has begun. So there's going to be an early stim timing. The idea of rushing into mutas against a mass bio army in the early stim timing, it feels very risky. You can get away with it, of course, it is possible, but again, it is going to be a bit of a gamba, if you will. And it's looking to be the case. Gases are being taken, there is no roach warren. This is looking like either 2-base muta or 2-base hydra. If you've been watching ZvT as of late, and if you're watching Solar, Shin, and Rogue, you'll know that they have been mixing in 2-base hydra in their ZvTs. Now though, what's it going to be? Spire or hydra then? Oh, there it is, Spire, further hidden behind the main base. So again, this is risky, right? This is very, very risky here. It's going to be 2-base muta at the same time as Stim is halfway done. Stim is halfway done. We're building up the bio army. Bearing in mind that Rogue knows this as well. Like Rogue, because of the initial 2x Reaper opener, it is very standard, very common to go into a Stim timing afterwards. Now the question becomes, can he survive it? Rogue, for now, he's joining. He's joining, saturating, claiming his third base, building up his economy, and Rogue, he will need to prioritize his link production to survive the timing attack. As all the rings are revealed, Baliness gets thrown down, bearing in mind that because we're going into 2-base muta, Evo chambers and upgrades are going to be delayed, right? So it's going to be later Evo chambers, later upgrades, because we're saving all that gas for mutas. Oh, you see, oh no, he scans! Does scan, does confirm, does get eyes on the Spire, ByuN knows. And here he comes. Yeah, here he comes. Spire's not even done, and here comes that stim timing. And if you remember, this is what I was worried about. Now, again, we'll see if Rogue gets away with it. He doesn't even have links. Oh, no shot. Not even link speed. No link speed in sight. No Bailings, of course, either. We have a handful of meters on the way, and ByuN is going for the kill. He's going for the kill, going for the throat. Moving up into the natural. 7 Bailings morphing in. Boys being evacuated. And some of them do get away, but only some. The queens! Yeah, getting 1, 2, 3, getting all 4 queens. Does step in. Bailings, they try to engage. They're going to be denied here by the tanks. Boys being pulled into the marines, and this is critical damage here. 17 drones. Oh my god. 18 drones going down. Tanks, they still trade well. Picking up links, picking up Bailings. They will be cleaned up. They trade. They do trade. And again, 18 drone kills. ByuN has a stronger economy. Turrets are on the way. More marines are amassing. We're getting into reactor Viking production. And now the pressure is on these mutas. We have to counterattack. We have to get something done across the map. Oh boy. As mutas they try to pick in. And so far they will catch a turret. That is some damage. Catching at the turret. Still looking for a way in. At this point, Rogue, he can't afford to lose any mutas. If he does, then he will just fall further and further behind. And, oh. Once again, does not get in. ByuN breaking out, claiming his third. Now, as the game slows down here, Rogue, he's still behind. He's still down in workers. Ideally, Rogue, he wants to be up a base, up in workers, up in economy, and be able to contain his opponents. Right now, these mutas are going to be threatening ByuN. That is true, but so far, they've not really dealt any damage. They've killed one turret, and we might catch another turret here. Okay. Turret goes down. One mines do borrow, one mine does fall. We're getting some small pickoffs here. Oh, as we do snipe another Widow mine. Another mine goes down. ByuN just goes for a counterattack instead. Boulder, other mine shots! Oh my god, massive connection. Yeah, mine shot goes off. That's 3 meters going down. At the same time, Marines, they get across the map. And where are we dropping? There is Lingbane. Yeah, there is Lingbane back at home. It is 0-0 Lingbane, but at Lingbane nonetheless. You just do not turn around. Ooh, nothing meter falls. ByuN just being active. There is an opening here. Getting an SCV. Catching out one SCV for another Mutalisk. Once again, still not worth of a rogue. Bailings, okay, they killed me from behind. 6 SCV kills, not bad. 6 SCVs and a mule. Oh my god, the wide shots, they just keep popping up. They keep connecting. Clearly that isn't water. Oh no. Is that a pun? Because it's clear? Are we... Oh. The green screened water. As an up jump is going to be thrown away, it's not going to get too much economic damage here. It does focus on, what, maybe 1, maybe 2 mutas towards the end. Here comes the main push on the right-hand side. There are 13 Bailings, and again, 1-1 upgrades are not going to be a factor in this fight. ByuN has that upgrade advantage. Show some wide shots. Oh my god, massive connection. Bailings, they get bullied. They get punished. That was a better fight for ByuN. And ByuN backs up. Playing it safe. He's just playing it safe here. Taking his win. Pulling back, retreating, reinforcing. Rogue is still struggling. Now, due to the movement here and due to ByuN backing up, it does mean that Rogue will finish 1-1, so he will be able to catch up in upgrades. Likewise, this army is very late. Ooh, very late army there for ByuN. 2-2 should have started quite some time ago. There is no 2-2. You can see that ByuN, he has a bank as well, so ByuN, he's slipping up when it comes to his macro cycles. Just now throwing down his Raxes. ByuN, we got to lock in. So, late Raxes, late armory, late upgrades, late production. ByuN's macro does slip, and it does give Rogue the opportunity to potentially recover. Burrow's on the way. This is a way to round attack in this game. If we can hide some Bailings, then we can maybe take a better fight. ByuN's macro slipping is giving Rogue a chance, though. Giving him a chance. There's 2-2. +1 vehicle plating. Beginning Thor production. Battles begin. Oh. Lingbane rolling in towards that third base. The Thor is in position. Bailings, they should not connect. And they don't. Oh my god. A clean defense out of ByuN. And we're just waiting for ByuN to max out, then push. ByuN is almost there. Again, he did end up losing that upgrade advantage. So 2-2 is going to be done for both players at the same time. When it comes to Rogue's position here, I don't see him stopping this push. Obviously, borrowed Bailings. True. That's like the one chance. We have some borrowed Bailings here on the right-hand side. I think that's it, though. Yeah, I'm trying to find them. And so far, at least, only covering the right-hand ramp. No Bailings here in the center. And no other borrowed Bailings. Okay, shaky move command. Users try to catch reinforcements. And ByuN, we're going to be committing. Oh! Okay, it's going to be committing here. I'll pick up. So let's pivot around. Setting up his Widow Mines. Lingbane does commit. The Rogue is going for it. The mine shots. Oh! Ooh, mine shots going off. And Bailings, they graze the Marines, but only graze them. Rogue force back. ByuN can keep pushing. The Thor is quite low. That is a bit of a concern. Very low HP Thor. Ooh, and the borrowed Bays. Okay, they connect. They pop up. Rogue has a chance. He has a chance, Batty. Now force a scare. Now we have set up Bailing Mines here in the center of the map. This is Rogue's way back into this game. Can he recover, Pappy? Jesus, we already transitioned to a heavy Marauder account. Jesus. It's a lot of Marauders. He's ready for the Ultras. As ByuN pulls back home, repairs his Thor. Ready to move out. Bailings, they do connect with some of the Marines. The Marines do fall. I would appreciate some Bailings set up here on the left-hand side as well. But regardless, I mean, they're still in the center. Another Bailing run by, making his way to the mineral line, and ByuN does pull away. Oh, Jesus. Almost. And does back off. Rogue by enough time getting into Ultra Tech. It is impressive that Rogue has survived this long considering just how rough the game has been. But again, there were a couple of big moments, right? It's like, sure, ByuN took some Bailing Mines to the face, but even before that, ByuN, he forgot his Raxes, he forgot his armory. Oof, Jesus. ByuN even here getting caught out with only a portion of his army. Yeah, getting completely caught out. Rotating over. Trying to keep up. And now by the time that ByuN moves out across the map, they're going to be Ultras. Ultras are amassing, they're getting their upgrades in time as well. ByuN, he's missing his window. Now, against a small amount of Ultras, he should be fine. Like, there's still so many Marauders. Oh my god. It's a very, very heavy Marauder army. 25 Marauders. Oof. Oh my god. The Mantra goes off. The Thor volley as well. You can see how low these mutants are. One more volley and they will go down. Let's try to hide the army. Ah, it gets spotted. Oh no! Oh my god. Yeah, late reaction there by ByuN. So let's have a late reaction. But now we can bring everything together. When it comes to board banelings, we don't have any setup anymore. No minefields, Marauders they stem in, Ultras are how to commit. Ooh, that's a lot of mine shots on the banelings. I'm a little bit concerned about the anti-air. They're catching at 1, 2 Ultras. There's still an okay Marine count. We don't mind to try the zone. Yeah, Rogi slips in. Shouldn't get too much done. My shots they bob up. Mutas they do hit the bottom left. These Bailey connections, he gets a mineral line. Does take down a mineral line. At the same time, though, we're going to be trading bases as ByuN's going for the hatchery itself. And CC burns down. ByuN does barely bring down the expansion. It's close. Can he get it? Oh my god. Barely does. And again, we're getting a little bit messy here. ByuN has been unable to really push across the map and get into the bases of Rogue. He's been stuck at home. Oh god. Still trading well. Still out trading Rogue. As ByuN is expanding, getting his own 5th base up and running. Rogue taking and engulfing the rest of the map. Again, this wouldn't have happened if he had been broken earlier, but once he got the Ultras out, then Rogue, he can hold on. He can expand. And again, do we have enough anti-air? Yeah, Marines are being focused down. There's not really many Marines left over. There's what, 5 Marines? God. But here come the reinforcements. There we go. Reinforcements, they have arrived. The ground army crumbles. And again, we just we need to make sure we have anti-air. As ByuN can finally push. I spoke too soon. So that was a kill, not a cancel. Nice pick up. No mine shots. Oh my god. Yeah, brutal mine connections. They do punish the meters. It's a little mine set up here in the main. And we'll see if Rogue can commit. Oh my god. Yeah, mine shots are brutal. Plenty of ultras here for the plenty of marauders here for the ultras. And once again, ByuN can break through. The only thing really concerning for ByuN here are the mutalisks. Like, we've seen a couple of times where ByuN has been running out of Marines, and that's a bit of a concern here. But he does have 3 Thors now with the main army, so he should be fine. Yeah, he should be fine. ByuN, he can finally A-move. It does A-move into Bailings. Oh, with the mules! Oh my god, he locks him in! Yeah, throws out the mules, locks in the Thors, he could not escape. Locks in the Ultras, I meant to say. And ByuN is pushing. He's pushing. He's breaking on through. Snowing eye control. Again, Rogue cannot stop this army. It's been a slow death for Rogue. He almost recovered in this game. Almost. As ByuN overwhelmed. And again, Rogue was just behind from the beginning. As we mentioned at the time, when it was happening, going into mutas against a 2-on-1, Rogue, he began the game losing 18 drones. It was just a brutal start. And for the past, like, 18 minutes, 15 minutes, he's been trying to recover. Didn't quite get there. Got to Ultra Tech, was able to buy time, but in the end, ByuN still just snowballs out of control. Stims in, takes down 5 meters. GG gets called, and ByuN takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. ByuN does take the lead in the series. Once again, it was just a really rough start there for Rogue, winding it back. Remember, Rogue, he did decide to go into 2-base Muta against a 2-Rex Reaper build, which was a very bold choice, and he didn't get away with it. He lost so many drones at the start of the game, and from that moment forward, it was Rogue trying to recover. Now, there were a couple of nice moments for Rogue that allowed him to bounce back. We did mention that that ByuN, he forgot his armory, he forgot his 3 extra Raxes, so he was banking resources, his production was lacking. That meant that he did miss any kind of early 2-2 timing available, and that did kind of elongate the game. But ByuN, he was so quick to switch into Marauders. So quick to switch into Marauders, a very robust, very hefty army of Marauder, Thor, Widowmine, and eventually break out. Eventually did break out. GG, well played. With that, ByuN takes the lead in the series. Now we're going to be loading into game number 2, going to be on Mothership. Let's go. Here we go. Spawning in the bottom side of Mothership, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the Red Zerg down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back and make a series out of this. It is Rogue. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Blue Terran representing Shopify, leading the series 1-0. Once again, opening up 2-Rex Reaper, it is ByuN. Oh boy, and welcome to Mothership. Mothership is a 3-player spawn map. Now, thankfully, Rogue will scout ByuN immediately. Rogue, he's going to be scouting here on the left-hand side. He will find the spawn location of ByuN, and he will also confirm the initial build, the initial 2 racks. So very fortunate here for Rogue, very fortunate. Now, hopefully, upon confirming 2-Rex Reaper, Rogue doesn't go 2-base Muta again. Like, it was just a really weird choice. Now, I will say that there's a higher chance of him getting away with it here. The reason why it made no sense to go 2-base Muta against 2-Rex Reaper on 10,000 feet is because 10,000 feet has the shortest rush distance out of any map in the map pool. Straight up. Like, if your opponent's going to punish you with a 2-1-1 against 2-base Muta, then it would be on 10,000 feet more than any other map. So I guess it was crazy. It was just a crazy decision. If we went for Muta play here, it would be a little bit more successful as the rush distance by ground is longer, right? Longer rush distance by ground, and also there's an RNG factor of ByuN not even knowing where Rogue is at the moment. So like you can get away with it a little bit more. Likewise, Rogue, due to the faster scout that he will have, he can even respond to this with more aggression instead into a Roach all-in. We did emphasize in game 1 that that's what I was assuming, right? It's like against 2-Rex Reaper, like Roach all-ins are very common, but we didn't see Rogue commit into any early game aggression. Here we go. Yep, Rogue breaks in, Rogue does scout, he does confirm. So Rogue is aware of ByuN's location, ByuN is not. ByuN Hill scout top right, looking for Rogue. Oh, ByuN committing to a very light amount of Reapers this time. So getting 1, getting 2, maybe 3 Reapers at most. The add-ons tell us we're already switching out. 2. So only 2 Reapers here, very light commitment. Does check the natural. Has found Rogue. Behind this, Rogue is going to link speed this time, so link speed is on the way and Rogue pulls out. This tells us no 2-base layer and no fast Roach Roaring. So Rogue is playing standard this time. Rogue is playing standard, Reapers are going to be zoned away. As that is a 3rd Rax. Oh. So I just realized that we have a 3rd Rax on the way. This is going to be a 2-base all-in. We're building up into 2-base all-in. Hyper aggression here out of ByuN, going for not a factory, not a starport, but a 3 Rax follow-up here. A heavy Bioforce. This is going to be an even stronger stim timing. Very strong stim timing on the way. And currently Rogue is unaware. Yeah, the Overlord Scout is denied. Rogue, he sees Marines, But remember, so far at least, this looks like the same game as game 1, 2-1-1. Right, a 2-1-1 build, which is a later timing with medevacs. But this is going to be earlier. This is going to be much, much earlier. Lings, they do scout the initial move out. Rogue is running behind this. Now making way for his Roguelings. ByuN is a little bit premature here as he's still lacking the upgrades himself. Attempting to catch the Lings, and he... oh, it does not. Likewise, Ducklings, they did not scout the follow behind this here. The third Rax has not been seen. Has not been seen. Rogue is still unaware. Behind this, going lair first. Bold move. And here comes the move out. Get spotted. And the move out is spotted. Back at home, we're now going for a later Baneling Nest. Again, this is a Baneling Nest after the lair. Where he does have a decent link count. 19, soon to be 25. He's up against 25 Marines. And ByuN, he wants those queens. Remember, there's no Banelings. We're still holding onto the stem. He does them in. He does that forward. He gets 1, 2 queens going to be going down. 3 queens even. Yeah, massive pickoff. Lings, they just melt. And ByuN has done it. ByuN, he has done it. He has broken a Rogue. A Rogue, he gets caught with his pants down. The pants were down. Bobby the boys are being pulled. Critical damage. And again, Rogue, he never saw the third Rax. He didn't know how committed this was. And ByuN has a broken Rogue. Whew. It has broken him. GG gets called. ByuN will claim the series 2-0, advancing on to the semi-finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Hyper aggression here from ByuN, going for a 3-rack stim timing. Meanwhile, Rogue was unaware. Rogue, he did not scout the third racks. He only saw Marines, but the amount of Marines that he saw was not suspicious. Was not suspicious. Still looked like a 2-1-1. He didn't confirm the pure amount of Marines that were actually being built. Of course, he didn't realize how aggressive it was. And Rogue also went lair first as well, so he had a delayed Baneling Nest. Delayed Banelings, delayed Baneling production. Banelings that were not a part of the defense. GG. GG, well played. Again, Rogue just being caught with his pants down, and ByuN will claim the series 2-0. GG. Does advance on into the next round, and we're going to be following ByuN into the semis. Into the semifinals here, it's going to be a TVP between ByuN and Clem.